Welcome back to another masterclass session. I'm Ghost, and in today's session, I'll be showing you guys how to learn, how to improve, and how to master the Zap Sui Root Riders. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Alright, and moving along here, we are going to start talking about how to plan specifically for any style of bases. So I wanted to start off with double invis bases. I'm going to start with the ring bases, basically non-symmetrical anti-2, and then we're going to talk about every style. We're going to jump into double poison ring bases. We're also going to jump into box bases, and I'll talk about a diamond base as well, because knowing every single style and how to adapt and plan for those will be at your best benefit in terms of how I do it. So first thing is basically, what do you want to zap and how do you kind of want to build off of that zap value? So obviously, to start things off with, this base has so many zap value, but it's more so how to deal with the clan castle as well, because I personally always look for a good zap value to funnel for my heroes, and to, of course, try to deal with the CC as early as possible so those Root Riders don't get stalled onto those. What am I first going to do here is, zap the zap value. I think it's almost guaranteed that this zap on this compartment right here is going to be the best. So you may be wondering how and where should I place the zap so that I do not miss anything. So if you look at here, it's hard to see, but it's actually 3 tiles in between each, building. So from the multi to the monolith, it's 3 tiles. And how do I get the zap to be able to target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings and that invisibility tower? So 5 buildings right there. So the good thing is that since it's 3 tiles, you just zap the middle tile. So basically anywhere in this vicinity right there will get you that entire value. And the great thing about this is that it only takes 6 zaps to be able to get down all 5 of those buildings there. So that's exactly the zap that we are going to be going for, because if you really look at the zap value afterwards, there's literally no high damage other than what's on this side. So we are going to be taking advantage and zapping out this whole upper left hand side. And what am I going to do afterwards? How am I going to get to Town Hall, and how am I going to be able to use my Root Riders following that up? So great question. So that's how exactly I'm going to take advantage of the zap. So if I'm zapping that side, I always typically sui into that same side. So what I want to do here is actually get my queen into this top compartment and then swing in my king with the 2 wall breakers. I'm will break in there and there so that my king can come in and get this scatter shot. And what I wanted to do here is literally solo my heroes with the log launcher, be able to open the wall, trigger the invisibility tower early so that my queen and king can turn into the town hall later on. And now if you think about this, won't they walk towards this bottom left hand corner? So that's exactly where I'm going to be starting my Root Riders there, is so that I can prevent everything from walking towards that bottom side. So what I'm going to do there early, once the CC comes out, I'm going to just start the Root Riders super duper early going into here and there so that everything can go around the town hall and my heroes get the town hall like so. Because my thought process was that if you take a look at the town hall compartment, if my king gets there with his ability, I'm going to be golden, because everything is touching each other, which makes the Gauntlet Rage even more powerful here on this base. So that's exactly what I'm going to be aiming for. Now, in terms of utilizing the Skelly spell, that's one thing I'm kind of jumping on later on. But utilizing the Skelly spell, you can really use it for either tanking the hero to get your to keep your heroes alive, especially with the ricochet cannon. You gotta watch out for that. Or you can use the Skelly spell to tank any defenses or enemy heroes, like on this particular base. I don't exactly remember where I utilized it, but I'm pretty sure I probably particularly utilized it at the top of the base, or saved it for this back end ricochet cannon. So again, you kind of want to look at where you can get the maximum value out of your Skelly spell, whether that's a single, whether that's a monolith, whether that's tanking heroes or tanking that ricochet cannon. So again, we're planning off building the zap value and then utilizing the Siri heroes afterwards with the log launcher. Like I said, utilizing log launchers with this, typically to go to, especially when it comes to those invisibility bases. So now stay tuned. I am going to show you the replay later on. But now let's proceed into this particular ring base because I know we've already talked about it. This one with the double invisibility spell there, it does makes things a little bit spicy there, of course. So always bases with invis are going to be a little bit tricky because it kind of forces you to almost want to utilize that log launcher, or you kind of have no choice there. So here we go. Like I've already talked about, I kind of want to have my heroes go towards the town hall with the log launcher because zapping out 2 expos, a monolith, and an inferno, you could not have asked for any better zap value than that because that is a lot of damage being taken down initially. So here we go. We are starting to log the king. Unfortunately, right off the bat, the queen walked the wrong way. So here, this was not a big issue, but it was an issue in itself because now I couldn't keep the queen alive with the push. Instead, I have to just start the Root Riders super early on that 9 o'clock side because now with the CC coming out, I know the Barbarian King is going to be stalled. And I want my Barbarian King to go into the middle anyways. So this all evidently just worked out just fine because the log launcher was able to open the wall and then be able to take that down for my Barbarian King to be able to go through the town hall. So unfortunate there with the Archer Queen dying out as early as she did because now I am not having as much power as I would have hoped for. But that's okay because now the king is going into the town hall. We do have, you know, like I've talked about the Rage Gauntlet and how everything was touching each other inside of that court. Just makes it even easier for my Barbarian King. So now you can see the time, 30 seconds left with that much space left. So obviously this is just going to be overwhelming a little bit. You can see I am constantly dropping cleanup around the base just to ensure that I do not potentially time fail. And of course, dropping that last Skelly on top of that Ricochet Cannon to tank the Expo and Ricochet Cannon. But luckily, the King was still going along to be able to push through the back end of the base. And here we go, overwhelming it with the Hawk Puppet and to be able to wrap this up with the triple. All right, and that will conclude it for today's video. Now, if you guys are interested in learning more about this masterclass, feel free to check the link down in the description for more details on that. However, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this. Additionally, don't forget to use a creator code while making any in-game purchases. But if you guys would like to support us, make sure you guys use code BLUE. But until then, I'll catch you all in the very next one. Ghost out.